Welcome back to the podcast. It is Monday, and we have a massive week of AI news ahead of us. I am Taylor.
And I am Morgan. We have got everything from AI video taking a massive hit to some seriously questionable medical claims making the rounds on social media.
Yeah, it is a wild ride today, so let us just jump right into it because this first story honestly blew my mind. Okay, so I saw this piece on TechCrunch about Sora's potential shutdown. Dude, it is being called a massive reality check moment for AI video. Like, the hype was so huge just a year ago.
Right, it was inescapable. But honestly, I am not surprised. Is this just normal corporate strategy, or are we finally seeing a broader pullback because generating video is insanely expensive?
Exactly. The compute costs are just astronomical. And the article hints that this might be a sign that the whole AI video is going to replace Hollywood tomorrow narrative was, way overblown.
The physics of compute do not care about marketing hype. Rendering high-fidelity, consistent video takes massive server farms. I think companies are realizing the return on investment just is not there yet for general consumers.
Totally. It is like everyone rushed to build the coolest demo, but figuring out a profitable business model is a whole different beast. Do you think other AI video startups are sweating right now?
Oh, absolutely. If a giant like OpenAI struggles to make Sora economically viable, the smaller players are definitely feeling the heat. It is a classic hype cycle correction.
I wonder what Runway and Pika are thinking right now. Like, are they gonna double down or pull back too?
They might see it as an opening to grab market share, honestly, but they still have to pay those same massive compute bills at the end of the day. Plus, the open source community is catching up fast. Why pay a premium for a proprietary model when you can run something decent locally?
Oh, totally. Open source is always the great equalizer. It is going to be a fascinating space to watch over the next few months. Yeah, reality hurts sometimes. But hey, maybe it means they will focus on making the text models better instead of just chasing shiny video demos.
Speaking of hype, did you see the story about the AI-assisted dog cancer vaccine? It has been everywhere, but there is a massive catch that everyone is just completely ignoring right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The Australian consultant who used ChatGPT, AlphaFold, and Grok to find a treatment for his dog Rosie? I saw Sam Altman and Kevin Weil sharing it. It sounded like a total miracle.
Right. High-profile executives hyped it to the moon as proof of what AI can do right now. But according to the Decoder, there is literally zero evidence the AI-designed vaccine actually worked or cured the dog.
Wait, really? So they are just parading this story around without any clinical proof? That feels super irresponsible, especially when people are desperate for medical breakthroughs.
Exactly. It is incredibly reckless. AI can certainly help identify molecular structures, but jumping from a computer model to a working, safe biological vaccine requires rigorous testing. You cannot just skip the science part.
Dude, that is so disappointing. It is like they are so desperate for a good PR win that they will amplify anything that makes the tech look like magic. People need to be so careful.
Always check the source, especially with medical claims. It is a cool experiment, but framing it as a successful cure is just pure science fiction at this point in time.
It is crazy because AlphaFold is legitimately groundbreaking for protein folding. They are taking real science and just twisting it for clicks on social media.
Exactly right. AlphaFold won a Nobel Prize for a reason. But finding a protein shape is step one of a 10,000-step journey to an FDA-approved drug.
It really makes you wonder how social media algorithms feed into this. The crazier the claim, the more engagement it gets, right?
Oh, absolutely. Nuance does not go viral. A complex, multi-year clinical trial is boring, but a magic AI pill gets millions of impressions instantly.
So true. Okay, let us pivot to something a bit more practical. Researchers from 4 U.S. universities just built a framework called MetaClaw, and it trains AI agents while you are in meetings.
Wait, while you are in meetings? How does it even know your schedule? Do not tell me it is just reading my personal calendar all day.
That is exactly what it does. It checks your Google Calendar to figure out when you are busy and uses that downtime to train and improve itself. I read about it on the Decoder. So cool, right?
Oh, interesting. I mean, from an efficiency standpoint, doing compute-heavy training while the user is away makes sense. But giving an AI agent unrestricted access to parse my calendar feels like a bit of a privacy nightmare.
I get that, but think about the convenience. Instead of your computer lagging while you are trying to work, the agent just quietly gets smarter in the background. It is like having an intern who studies while you are busy.
That is a generous comparison. I am more curious about what it is actually training on during that downtime. Is it analyzing your past actions to mimic your workflow better?
Yeah, apparently it improves the agents during operation, so it is constantly adapting to how you work without interrupting your actual workflow. It is a huge step for personalized AI.
As long as it does not accidentally join the Zoom call and start summarizing your private chats, I suppose it is a net positive for overall productivity.
Totally. I just love the idea of my AI knowing I'm stuck in a boring meeting and deciding to go do some heavy lifting on its own. I just hope it does not drain my laptop battery while I am trying to present a slideshow or something. That would be brutal.
True, resource management is going to be key. If the AI agent crashes your computer while trying to learn, it kind of defeats the entire purpose. Well, if we were talking about heavy lifting for AI agents, we have to talk about A-Evolve. MarkTech Post is calling it a potential PyTorch moment for agentic AI systems.
Oh man, I saw that. It is from a team of researchers associated with Amazon, right? But what does a PyTorch moment even mean in this context? Break it down for me.
So right now, building AI agents requires a ton of manual tuning and engineering. A-Evolve is a universal infrastructure that automates all of that. It uses automated state mutation and self-correction to build the agents.
Dude, that sounds incredibly powerful. So instead of developers having to hand code every single parameter and guardrail, the system just evolves the agent automatically? That could speed up development by like 100 times.
Exactly. It replaces manual harness engineering with a systematic evolution process. If this actually becomes the standard, like PyTorch did for deep learning, we're going to see an absolute explosion in the number of autonomous agents.
That is both exciting and a little terrifying. If the agents are building and correcting themselves, we are really handing over the keys. But I guess that is the inevitable next step for autonomy.
The bottleneck is shifting from just making models smarter to actually giving them the infrastructure to operate independently. Evolve might just be the missing piece of that puzzle.
Do you think this being associated with Amazon gives it the weight it needs to actually become the industry standard for everyone?
Having big tech backing certainly helps, but developers need it to be truly open and flexible if it is going to achieve that PyTorch level of universal adoption across the board.
I wonder if this means prompt engineering is going to die out. If the system self-corrects, do we even need to write perfect prompts anymore?
It definitely shifts the focus. Instead of tweaking words, developers will be designing the environments and reward systems. The AI handles the actual execution.
Wow, what a week it is shaping up to be. From Sora's reality check to self-evolving agents, the landscape is just shifting so incredibly fast right now.
It really is. We will definitely keep an eye on how these agent frameworks develop and hopefully see a little less unverified medical hype online.
For real! That is it for today. We will be back tomorrow with more AI news.